Hello, chats. Hello. What is up? How's it going, guys? Welcome to the stream, Doctor. We've got an awesome show for you guys today. We've got special guest LokenPlays joining us today. How's it going, Loken?
Hello there. No, I'm doing fine, thank you.
Are you excited to be on the show? Are you nervous?
Yes, I'm nervous. I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm gonna get grilled today as well, so I have to put myself as sacrifice first. So
Excellent. Why don't you tell us a little bit about you and your stream and what you do?
Sure. So my name's Loken. I run a live stream 6 days a week called LokenPlays, and basically it's a variety cast for all intents and purposes. It didn't start that way, but I sort of slow but surely over the last 6 years of streaming sort of branched out and slowly but surely became a variety caster. And now we play all sorts of stuff basically. So yeah, well, anything that's new, interesting, have a bit of a thing for sci-fi games, but
Nice.
yeah, that's pretty much me. We're sort of community oriented as well, so more caring about the talking to chat, etc.
Of course, that's awesome. So how it works, guys, for those that are new to the show. So first, Loken has volunteered to go over his channel first. So we'll get a crack at going through Loken's channel, and then we take submissions from chat. Basically, you can submit in the Streamer Squared Discord server. !stream DR will give you all the information you need to know if you want to submit your channel. It is free to submit. And if you don't get it today, we do this on the first and third Tuesday of every month, starting at noon Eastern time. So if you can't do today's show, we will have more in the future. So don't worry. So, with that being said, let's get into it. Loken, I've got your channel up here. Okay. So feel free to pull up your own channel so you can follow along because
yep, I'm gonna off my channel now.
Yeah, and this is all this is all perspective. So I will give my feedback, but I would love to hear your perspective as well, and what you're struggling with or any points that you want feedback on.
Sure, no problem. Okay, hit me.
All right, so let's see. Do you have a channel trailer?
Ah, yes, first thing. Laser focus. No, I don't have a channel trailer.
Okay.
I've been very bad. I'm not set one up. I should, and but I haven't got one yet.
That's okay. I just got one a couple weeks ago. So I totally understand that it's not a priority. It is a nice thing for when people are new to the stream to that's like the first thing they're gonna see. Sure. But obviously it's not like a huge thing if you don't have one. But
yeah, it's one of those nice to haves. I meant to set one up, but you know how it is. You get busy with everything else, and editing a channel trailer just becomes a tertiary thing,
Yeah, I mean the cool thing about having getting a channel trailer made is it's really good for other things as well, like for YouTube or TikTok or even Twitter to kind of showcase your content, right? Like the work that it takes to make a channel trailer, that video can be used for other platforms too. It's like a really good little pitch for your stream.
Sure.
So
it might very well be one of those things where I just give it to a third-party professional to say, hey, I'd really like you to just edit me a channel trailer. Can you do all the fancy stuff, and I'll use it for other bits and pieces, as you say. It's not a bad idea, actually.
Yeah, I mean, basically that's what I did. Was I just me and one of my mods gathered some clips. I recorded a little intro, hey, I'm Lowco, this is what I do, and and then hand that to an editor to put together and make it look awesome. So easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go to your channel tab, the chat tab, your actual channel where people are going to see you, and let's look at your panels. Very nice. I like the consistency and the branding. It's like techie, tech colored.
Yeah. That kind of sort of fits into the theme of the stream because we've got a sort of a themed broadcast. So I wanted to try and it took me a long time to get everything sort of harmonized. I mean, I had about 2 or 3 other versions of this before I finally just said, you know what? I'm going to go and get a company to do this and just get it done. And it was kind of my present to myself, if you know what I mean. Because I put it together from so many different parts over the years, from or like Nerd or Die Up, things like that, you
Mm.
know, and it was nice to just get something that was a bit more bespoke.
Yeah.
Yeah, I try to keep it clean and simple because I know at least my lot, they are lazy and they don't like to do a lot of reading. It's just like, it's there if you want it, you know, if you want to read it, it's there. If not.
Buttons in one word, you know, just click the
Yes.
button.
Yes, exactly.
We have a question from Chloe in chat who asks, is having a bad channel trailer worse or better than having none at all?
Really good question, actually. I don't know. What's your take on that, Loco?
Well, okay, so first impressions are really important. When someone visits your page, you only have like a few seconds to win them over, basically, for them to get a sense of who you are and, you know, be enticed to learn more. So, you know, when you don't have a channel trailer, Twitch puts up like your recent VOD or will pull like a highlight or something to put in that place. So you're not at a complete loss when you don't have a channel trailer. Like there will be some piece of content. You know, so I would say a bad channel trailer, I mean, that's going to give a bad impression. Like, you know, if your stream is bad and, you know, they just get gravitated to your recent VOD, then that's something that you know how to fix. But if you have a bad channel trailer, then, you know, you're kind of putting yourself in the position where like, okay, now someone's getting a really bad first impression and they might not even want to go and see your stream. So I think, you know, having just a solid channel trailer is probably, you know, the optimal thing. But then if you can't, you know, I wouldn't just try to do something haphazardly to kind of just to have, because I don't think that's the important part. It's not about just having it. It's about having something good. You're selling yourself. So, you know, I think having a bad sales pitch is probably not a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, to play off what you were saying, that I totally agree. I mean, it's probably one of the reasons why I've sort of slept on doing a channel trailer amount, because I'm kind of one of those people who's like, okay, if I'm going to do it, I'd like to do it like properly and make sure I put my best foot forward. And as Loco was saying, you know, it fills in with your recent streams and all, you know, clips. So it's not like it's dead space, it's not being used, and sort of like there's a void there. So you might as well take the time to get something that's going to be professional, it's going to really sell you as a brand. And also, if you're working with companies perhaps in the future on sponsorships, again, you know, that might very well be the first landing page of your content they'll see. So, you know, you want to try and always put your best foot forward in everything, really. So,
yeah, absolutely. Okay, so you've got you know, a Discord, a tips link, which is awesome because it doesn't say donate. Amazing.
Yes, that was recently changed. Thank you, Streamlabs, for continuing to say dono and making that a thing.
Yeah, I've actually talked to them about that, and their response was basically like, well, people have a choice. You can make it say tips. But I'm like, but donate isn't the right thing anyways.
I know. It was a real habit to break, because for the first like 4 years of streaming, I was like, dono, you know, thanks to the donos type thing. And then, you know, it came about. It's like, actually, no, you're not a charity, you're a business, so it has to be tips. I'm like, oh, right, okay. So no, it took a little while to change that out. But
yeah, I still say dono sometimes, like just out of habit. But like,
yeah,
I mean, when you say dono, it's like, it does like kind of like a Twitch slang thing. It's not like, I don't know. I feel like it's better than just saying thanks for the donation.
Yeah,
you know, it's like a dono. It's like,
it's slang, isn't it? You know.
Yeah. It's definitely slang for, you know, a monetary support on Twitch or something usually. So.
Yeah.
So let me see. You got a YouTube. Do you have a schedule? When do you usually stream?
So I do have a schedule. Actually, for some reason, and I don't know why, I had the Streamlabs scheduling thing that showed you your different dates, but it seems to have decided to mysteriously disappear. But no, I do stream 6 days a week, and it's usually at the same time every day. So it's around about 9 p.m. BST. So
Gotcha.
About 4 p.m. ET. Basically.
You said you stream 7 days a week?
6.
6, okay. 6. Gotcha.
Yeah, no, I used to do 7, but that was mad, and I was bullied by my moderator to take a break. So yeah, I do that now. So it's important.
I noticed that on your about, it does say 7 days a week still.
Does it?
Yes.
Oh gosh, it does. Should probably change that. It's a recent change, I'll be honest with you.
Gotcha.
So that's my excuse.
Yeah, I think, since you do have a schedule, having that displayed, turning that Streamlabs thing back on is definitely going to be helpful, right? Because it's like
100%.
people know when, and I don't know what BST is. Like, I'm in America. I don't know time zones. Like, so,
Course, yeah.
the cool thing about the Streamlabs, extension version is like it will convert everything into your local time zone, which is pretty nice. So,
Oh, that is nice. I actually didn't know that was the thing.
yeah,
Awesome.
yeah. So,
I'll get on that then.
yeah, that's why I really like it. It makes it
Yeah.
super handy for no matter where you are in the world. You can see exactly how many hours away from the next stream, and like you can see all the times listed in your own time zone. So it's pretty great. Highly recommend doing something like that. And I think I would want to see like more of an about me, like maybe like a panel or maybe more in the description, like you're like what do you? I guess you're playing, sci-fi type games, but maybe a little bit more about like what you normally stream and like what you're all about, like kind of how you started this show with like a little intro. I think having that on this page somewhere would be really helpful for like new people that are checking you out.
That's a really good tip, actually. I hadn't thought of that. Oh, we'll probably go and act that. So yeah.
Other than that, I mean, you got your business email, so that's awesome. You got social media links. You kind of hit all the check boxes with those things. So you got all the essentials minus the schedule, I think.
Yeah, schedule and a little bit more of a bio. That sounds doable.
Yeah, Drew says list of games you play currently and in the past. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to list every single game ever, but just like, just like a handful of like what would give the best, showcase of what you're doing right now. All right, so let's go to your VODs. Let's go to your VOD page. Let's see.
Okay. There we go.
I'm in the recent broadcast tab, and I'm gonna take a look at how long you're streaming for and what games you're playing. So, you got Star Citizen on there. So yeah, I would definitely make that known on your main page of like you do a lot of Star Citizen. Like the vibe that you give off, like obviously like your branding and everything kind of shows that, but just to make it super clear of what you're doing.
Sure thing.
So you got some Elite Dangerous, Mech Warrior, Mass Effect. So you're definitely, Halo. You're hitting all the sci-fi games. That's awesome.
What can I say? It's my my preferred taste.
It's good to stay in one niche because, for growth purposes, like playing similar games, that's gonna be a great way to build that type of following.
Yeah, I did find that to be the case. I mean, I do tend to, these days at least, I branch out a little bit more to other genres too. But generally speaking, on you're just day to day, just hitting the, the beats of the stream, then I find it's easier just to stick with a specific, well, not a specific game, but a type or a genre, because people then get used to you for being known for that kind of thing. And then people will feel more comfortable with me branching out and doing other stuff as well. But again, I've been starting to experiment doing other things too. So there's some Elder Scrolls Online there and a few other bits and pieces. So.
So how long have you been playing Star Citizen for? Because this is a very interesting game to stream a lot because it's still very early in development. And there's a pretty dedicated following for this game.
There is, yeah. So Star Citizen is one of those ones where I've been following along with it for about 5 years now. I got into it through a viewer actually, and it's one of those ones where if I were to say so I don't like branding myself as a specific game streamer because it doesn't really do this channel justice. But if I had to say, it's one of the staples, So if you have a couple of ones you always go back to or fall back on, or you do content on regularly, Star Citizen would be mine because there's always updates and there's new information. As you say, it's got a very dedicated and quite impassioned audience. So I do tend to consistently go back to whenever there's new updates or new information there, and that's how long I've been doing it, Star Citizen for, and I try to keep myself informed so I can be most of the time when I play games, it's going to be a little bit more of a first impressions type thing or a let's play, but with Star Citizen I try to be a bit more of an information source, if that's what I'm meaning. So yeah.
I mean, that's a pretty good role to play. Yeah. Early in development. I mean, look, with what they plan to make, it's early, okay?
It's just great. No, you get all the. I get that all the darn time. It's true though. It's taking a while. They're gonna take their sweet time with it, and they're gonna push it out when they're happy. So, I'll just be along for the ride.
Yeah, how long has it been in development at this point?
So got crowdfunded at the end of 2012, started development 2013. So it's been a little while. I think they spent about 5 years developing their own engine, and then they sort of started actually pushing out content proper. So it's been a long haul, but yeah, it's got some decent traction at least. So hopefully we'll see it within the next couple of 1,000 years.
Couple 1,000 years.
Give or take.
All right, so let's take a look at one of your recent VODs, and we'll kind of go over that. But yeah, I mean, your game selection looks good. Like, it looks like you're streaming typically like 5-6 hours a stream, which is like pretty solid chunk of time to stream. So you said you take 1 day off a week, right?
Yeah. So basically, I usually take Sundays off. Sometimes it changes. So if there's a particularly interesting game there, or if I've taken a day off during the week for some reason, then I'll mix it up a bit. But I'll always let the community know via like Twitter and Discord, so they're always aware. But yeah, no, I tend to usually take Sundays off just because they were traditionally my slowest day on our cast, just for my audience. So
yeah, gotcha. I mean, that's how when I started taking days off, that's kind of how I did it too. I felt like Sundays were like, because I started streaming 7 days a week too, and obviously that's not very sustainable for many people. So
it's not work.
when I picked my first day off, it was definitely like what day felt the slowest, and then like now I take Saturdays and Sundays off to have like proper weekends to recharge, and that's super important. Like
I did that this week and it felt positively sinful. I was like, I'm not doing content for 2 days.
I know.
It's all gonna explode.
It's a weird habit to break, for sure.
It is. Well, it's your baby, isn't it? It's your thing. So you want to nurture it at all times. But as you say, it's really important to take time off. And it did feel nice taking 2 days. I'm not going to lie. It was quite nice.
Yeah. I mean, it obviously it varies person to person of like, how much you can handle, like, streaming in a row, like, especially if you're streaming like, 6 hours a session. But ultimately, yeah, I mean, taking even just like, I was reading through Twitter this morning. I saw that a streamer, Tangent, a Twitch partner, he started taking 2 days off once a month. He'd do like a 2-day, weekend or something. And, that's been his kind of, compromise to taking time off.
That's fair enough. I mean, it's gonna, as you say, depend on person to person. I don't know how some people do it though. I mean, I see some guys who stream 7 days a week and they stream like 12 hours. I'm like, how do you manage that and stay sane? I have to take time off to have to myself,
Yeah, especially like these days, I feel like, there's so much that you have to do off stream to prepare for the stream or to grow the stream, like the marketing and stuff like that. So it's like,
the work off stream increases exponentially as the stream grows and you grow. I mean, that's one of the ways I guess you can see things going positively. If you have more work off stream, things are generally going well.
Yeah.
But I never used to believe people when they said that. It's like, oh, that's a little nonsense. And I'm like, no, it's true.
It is true. There's things that you have to do off stream.
Especially for you as well, doing podcasts and doing live shows where you're liaising with other content creators. It's a lot of work, a lot of back and forth you have to do. So
yeah, it's interesting when you run like shows and stuff, and I want to do more of that type of content, but it's like it's unsustainable for me to do it while streaming as much as I can. So it's like the trade-off is like you stream more and then you have that consistency and you get some growth that way, but then if you're not doing the things you want to do, if you want to take on anything extra, then it's like instantly like a dent in your stream schedule. But you're putting on like a different form of content.
Well, that's the way you've got to think about it. It's just trying to mentally get your head around it. It's hard, because Twitch is Twitch. It's a bit like having a shop. If the more it's open, the more chance you've got people come and say hi. But as you say, it's a different style of content, which is engaged differently.
Yeah, I mean, and that being said, you still have to like. There's so many shops open that you have to market yourself. You gotta figure out why people should come and check you out. And that I think is becoming more work than it used to because Twitch is just like there's so much out there and discoverability isn't great on the platform itself. So you gotta do stuff off stream.
Sticking point. It remains a
Mm-hmm.
sticking point, with the discoverability has always been complicated on Twitch,
Yeah.
and it's just gotten. I think it's been exacerbated as the platform's grown. I mean, especially over the last. It's always been growing, but especially during the pandemic, lots of people decided to start either watching or streaming themselves. So it's just skyrocketed how many people are on the platform now.
Yeah, it is wild. So what are some things that you do to market your stream?
Well, I will be honest with you. That's actually one of those points that I find quite difficult, if I'm
Mm.
honest. I do. It's been so I've been on Twitch for 6 years, and I only got partnered the last 2 years. So it took a long time for me to get to the position I am now, and it's been just for me, if anything, it's been just very slow, steady growth. It's just trying to find lots of people who are interested in what I did, and
Mm.
slowly but surely building a community over that. But when it comes to marketing, it's one of those things we're trying to do more now. So again, coming on to to shows such as yourself, in a way, it could be considered a form of marketing in a way.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not appearing, on different people's broadcasts and sort of becoming amalgamated in other people's communities as well. So, that's the whole networking thing I think everybody talks about as a buzzword, but,
Mm-hmm.
trying to get to know other people, especially I find I've seen that if you're in a specific community of broadcasters, say you stream a particular game you really enjoy, then becoming a bigger part of that community, so like the part of the fantasy community or the Elder Scrolls community or something like that, that
Yeah.
can really help, because then you
Yeah, for
can
sure.
sometimes get noticed by developers and say, oh, that person does that content, will feature you or will make you into. There's a lot of games these days have like partner programs for really dedicated content creators. So it's just try. I try to, if at all possible, hit as many places as I can
Mm.
within reason, and again, it's an ongoing process. I have I'm can be painfully shy, and as a result, it's been very difficult for me personally to try and say, put myself out there and say, hi, I exist, and I'd like to work with you, type of thing. So,
Yeah.
but
So, I mean, the thing about like playing like one single game, like you mentioned, is like you can really ingrain yourself into that community. Like it's very easy to figure out like, okay, if I play a lot of Star Citizen, like I need to network with Star Citizen streamers. I need to, talk about Star Citizen on Twitter and, post clips related to Star Citizen and, network with
sure,
devs, et cetera, et cetera. Like, you
100%.
know where you're focusing, right? Like this community, because it is a community. Like Star Citizen has a community, much like Dead by Daylight or World of Warcraft. Like they all have their own little hubs on the internet. So, you know,
Yeah, they do.
and one thing that you mentioned was like you like to provide a lot of like, educational content. Like you like to be an informant of Star Citizen
Yeah,
related things. So, that's one angle that you just need to make it more pronounced. So, posting
sure.
more information on Twitter. I mean, we'll take a look at your Twitter soon to kind of see like how it is and what you're posting on there.
No
Um,
problem.
but I think that, yeah, that's definitely like just becoming like the Star Citizen guy, basically.
Yeah, I mean, again, that's one way of doing it, is becoming the go-to for a particular game. I've seen quite a few channels over the years rise in favored popularity due to that. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so that's a good way of going about it. I mean, obviously, it depends on what you want to do. I find, if you want to do the variety thing, then almost it's the hardest way.
Mm-hmm.
I don't honestly. I started trying with variety when I first started, and it didn't work out. So I ingratiated myself with a couple of specific game communities, built myself from then, and
Mm.
then went into doing variety after I had a more dedicated fan base who would come with me to different games. So it's one of those things. It being variety is so difficult, I found.
Yeah.
But if you nailed it, then, or if you manage to make it stick, then it can be really rewarding.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's take a look at one of your VODs. Let's do your VOD from 20 hours ago, and and just see what it's like.
Okay.
Do you use pretzel free music?
So I don't use Pretzel, no,
Okay.
but I do use a series of YouTube playlists that are, yeah, like
Ah,
so DMCA free stuff. So it's a lot of
nice.
there's a lot of synthwave and bits and pieces there. So yeah, because especially with the old DMCA stuff recently, it's important to
Yes.
make sure you've got yourself covered in that regard.
Absolutely. Um, all right, so starting scene screen. I love this. This is really cool looking. Very
Thank you.
sci-fi
Yeah.
themed, and also the music. Like I don't know if that was intentional, but it definitely goes with the vibe for sure.
It's semi-intentional. It's sort of more of a I've gone through enough playlists like, this sort of works. I'll just use this one, and I sort of play the same playlist every, well, mostly the same playlist when I start the stream.
Gotcha. You got your social medias here, so when people are just chilling, they can see those. You've got a cat here.
Yes, it was a bit of a joke.
It's a little Easter egg.
Yeah, a little Easter egg. Yeah, it moves about the place occasionally.
Nice. It looks pretty sharp. Did you get this? I guess this is like a custom made intro, right?
Yeah. So it is a custom one. It kind of is and isn't. It's a so that's the how best to explain this. Let's just say I had a few problems with the graphics design company that I worked with. And as a result, they didn't produce as much stuff that I was hoping to the quality I was hoping for. So some of this is using stuff from Visuals by Impulse.
Gotcha.
So I've taken the stuff that was good, I've amalgamated with the stuff that I liked from Visuals by Impulse, and I created my own kind of pack. You know what I mean?
Nice.
So it's a lot of sticky tape and glitter glue.
Usually that is how the innards of a stream look. So that sounds
yes.
about right. All right, let me bounce forward into right when you're getting started in your stream here.
So I think I'm bad in this one. I take about 2 minutes longer, but I know I'm terrible. I'm a terrible human being.
Countdown is a lie. Oh, I love that stinger. Oh, it's so cool. Oh, we got like an intro video. Oh, this is so sick.
Yeah, this is one of the things I actually did right.
This is so cool.
I do need to change that out to saying 6 days a week, though. I got it made before I changed my schedule, and I'm like, I can't change it.
Yep, live 7 days a week.
Yeah.
Asterisk.
Right.
This is so cool.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It's like a lot of work to get it all in place.
Feel bad forever goes after this. Micah, please. Let's go live for 5 minutes on your day off. There you go. Nice. Wow, it's like the start of like a movie or something.
Kind of the intention. Yeah, I wanted it to be a little bit more cinematic than sort of like, I know a lot of people have those sort of introductions where they've got a lot of clips of themselves and bits, which is cool, but I kind of wanted something a little different. So, still, it still
cool.
tells you what's going on, but. Hi there. How you doing? It's 29 degrees Celsius.
I turn up the volume a little bit. I think your intro music is a lot louder than the rest of your stream.
Yeah, I need to do a little bit of audio mixing actually, if I'm honest. So.
Wow, look at this overlay. Wow.
I'm like, so I used to, as you saw on the branding, I had a cosplay, but it kind of sort of got killed. Let me put it to you that way.
Oh,
so I'm
no.
looking for a replacement. Yeah. It's also actually, got to be honest, it's not the most comfortable thing to wear on stream, so it's actually quite nice just wearing a t-shirt now. But
yeah, that can be tough. Definitely. I usually actually for this show I wear like a what is it, a lab coat, but I'm not wearing it today because it makes me so dang hot.
Oh, right. I mean, if you're under the lights, you've got the computers running, you're like, I'm boiling,
Yeah.
But no, I used to wear the uniform every day, but it died, and B, it was hot, so I just wear regular clothes these days. But I do want to get one for conventions and things at some point when we can do those again.
Yeah, I mean, you can something that you can do like, wear it like once a week, maybe on Mondays to like start the week off or something.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, this overlay is like, I love this overlay so much. Like it's thematic, it's on brand, like it's innovative. Like I love the I'm guessing this is like a sub goal thing at the bottom left.
Yeah, yes, sub goal.
Like that's really cool looking because it's not, like the default that everyone uses, right? Like it's like custom made for Master Stream.
Yeah,
I love it the way it blends in.
Yeah, I wanted to try and make sure everything was themed nicely. So yeah, a lot of the overlay bits are all the visuals by Impulse stuff, and then the background is something I actually made because I have a degree in games art design. So
nice.
I know how to do Unreal Engine. So I thought, all right, you know what, I'll make my own background, fluff it.
Wow.
So yeah,
this is awesome. I love the you have like a feed of like follows and support, and I just like how everything is very cohesive. The chat feed looks great too.
Thank you. I really appreciate that, genuinely.
That's awesome.
It's like an awful lot of work to put together.
Well, it's I mean, it works. Like it looks great. Like, so nice job.
Thank you. It's just part of the course.
All right, I'm gonna listen to you chat for a minute here.
Okay, I do warn you, I'm a bit sarcastic.
I hope you guys are doing fantastic.
That's fair, so am I.
It's a pleasure to be back, of course, once again, giving you guys content live on Twitch a full 7 days. Sorry, 6 days. 6 days! A week.
You even said this schedule change must have been recent because you even said 7 days.
I have a t-shirt with
a week.
That's so ingrained. I did it for so many blinking years, and I only recently changed it. I still go 6 days a week.
It's a 40k skull.
Still get it wrong.
It's actually almost as big as my
That's
skull.
awesome.
It's like my skull. There's a reason for that.
Oh yes, I was promoting the fact that there was a
The second shot's kicking it. Your arse
on
the
that stream, so
the second shot you didn't think was going to have a problem.
I was very proud of my new t-shirt.
So what is the story behind the cat? Is it just a meme thing you like, or is there a lore to it?
It was a meme. I mean, I have all my emojis are cats, and I'm well known for being an absolute cat dad. I've got a big Norwegian forest cat called Poppy. She's my emote theme. Anyway, everybody, everybody asked for the Benita Better Twitch TV GIF emotes that you can put in. Everyone asked for Popcat and Cat Jam and that business, and everybody kept on spamming it. So I said, all right, fine. You know what? I'll give you your Lord and Savior. Pop it on the stream. And that's kind of just stays there now.
Amazing.
So just a little visual Easter egg, if nothing else.
That is awesome. What is the box below the feed for?
So that is a sponsor scroll. So that just basically it's on every sort of I think it's a 10-minute timer, but it's just a nice little visual box for that to just appear in. Gotcha. It's not actually physically on the overlay for the in-game thing, but just when we're on the chatting screens, then it's there.
Gotcha. So I think that if that's only popping up every 10 minutes, I would kind of tie the box appearance with that, because otherwise it's just like a blank box, for whatever 9 minutes at a time. So it feels like it's like, you're kind of like, what is this for? What does it do?
That's fair enough. Yeah. That is fair play.
But I mean, obviously, like you have like a very good quality stream, so I have to be even more nitpicky with things than I would with other people. So
no, it's the fine details that make devil's in the details, as they say. So
yeah. So with the boxes on the right side, another thing is they are not aligned and they're not spaced out evenly. So like the sponsor box is like off by like a pixel, like a pixel too far to the right, and the spacing is just not even between all these boxes on the right. That look, I gotta say something wrong, okay? Otherwise I'm out of the job, okay?
No, it is a-okay. I submitted myself for this, so I accept it wholeheartedly. It's fine. No, I should probably go in and take a little look and just fine tooth it,
You're gonna just be like opening OBS right now, just making these changes really quick.
Yeah, no, I'm literally doing that as we speak. So.
Oh no, it froze your camera though.
Oh wait, are we good? Are we good?
We're back. Okay, it was like your camera froze for a second.
It has an annoying glitch where
Mm,
sometimes it'll just freeze up for a second. It's a pain in the butt. I need to get
gotcha.
fixed that at some point.
And then so you have like this bar in the middle, and that's also it's there's like a gap on the right side, but then it's slightly overlapped on the left side. That's another nitpicky thing.
Okay, yeah, I can change that. That's easy enough.
Okay.
By pixel help there,
Just
I know.
tiny little things. I wish I wish OBS had like a grid system that you could flick on to see
Oh God, yes.
how
And
things align.
yeah, because it has a snapping function, but it snaps to a global grid, but you can't see the damn grid. And you're like,
Yeah.
okay, you're just using the arrow keys and the keyboard just like move it by an inch, or it's a pain in the butt.
Yeah, that would be super helpful, honestly. And then I would say your alert feed on the right side as well, like it's cut off, and I feel like you should be able to change that so it's just like, whole alerts, because I'm assuming they're all the same size. So it's like
Yeah,
you could probably extend it to the bottom because
Mhm.
you do have that space still to use.
Yeah, I need to adjust the box a little bit. So
Okay, good. I think I did my job for the day. I think that's I
you
think
have
that's
indeed.
everything.
You keep the job. You're all good.
Oh God, thank God. Okay. Whew. Okay, so let's look at you in a game. Now we're gonna see what you're like in your natural habitats. All right, I'm zooming in like 2 hours and 23-ish minutes in to see how things are.
It is allowed. Could we possibly skip this bit? The reason I ask is because I got rather cross with a person who was rather mean. And
Oh, yeah, that's
yes,
totally understandable. Do you want me to zoom further down or further back?
we popped it in around about 4 hours or so.
Yeah, let's do that. I don't want to.
Fortunately, it was one of those instances where you get a nasty person coming on and being just
I
awful,
hate that.
you know?
Yeah, and sometimes honestly, you gotta lash out a little bit. It feels good, it's like therapeutic to kind of, scold a troll and
We're gonna have 890.
hurt them.
We're going to have a. Oh, we can take this,
Well, I mean, they
125
ultimately
minutes.
did get their just desserts, so if nothing else, it'll sort of finished up the way it should have done. But still.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, why is my 125
So I
always
noticed,
dead?
like, I think, did you have chat on the screen earlier, or is that in-game chat?
So that was an in-game chat, yeah. So
Oh,
I tend
okay.
to not have chat on, just because I tried it and experimented with the community, and they said it distracted them, so I removed it.
Gotcha. Just watched you die, get murdered.
Typical. Yeah, no, typical starters to that.
The game looks like really sick though.
It
From
is
what I
beautiful.
saw.
And it works. It works nicely. It's just it can be a pain in the butt to work occasionally, but hey, what it is.
What's exclamation point marketplace?
So that is our. So we work with. I don't know if you know Nexus GG at all. But they used to be Chrono GG, and they
Gotcha.
basically allow me to run a game store. So I sort of it's a sort of it's a proper
Okay.
like Steam game store. It's just a command for that basically.
Gotcha. Yeah, your overlay looks super clean. Green screen. I can't see any issues there. Camera looks good. Audio obviously is like super good. So I mean, yeah, the stream quality looks pretty solid. What resolution do you stream at?
So I do stream at 1920 by 1080.
Gotcha.
So I do the full sort of 1080 60
Nice.
thing, and I've got the. Because I didn't used to do that. That was only something I enabled once I got partner, because obviously you get the constant transcoding. Otherwise, it can be really detrimental. I found. So,
Yeah.
no, I bumped that. It's I use a 2PC stream setup, so that way it can
Same.
be nice and smooth.
Yeah, nice. The quality of the stream looks good. Like,
You're crazy.
don't have any complaints there. We talk about that a lot on stream because I've noticed that like small streamers will stream at like 1080p or like 5,000 bitrate, and I'm like, I don't think you should do this. Like, people can't watch your stream. Like, if you don't have quality options, like, you're losing like a chunk of your audience.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, hi
I
kitty.
seem to enjoy my poppies, so on to hugs.
Oh, so cute.
Come here, you.
Hello,
Not
cat.
hugs, I don't have a hug. Daddy's got to work, okay?
I mean, yeah, I don't have much to nitpick here because your overlay is super clean. Not too much going on. Everything looks good quality-wise.
The moment your chip starts moving,
Let's take a look at, last but not least, I think we gotta take a look at your Twitter, because
By all
it's
means,
an
let's go.
important marketing tool.
So
So.
I will prefix my Twitter with this.
Okay.
I was until very recently awful at posting on Twitter, absolutely terrible. But I have tried to make a concerted effort to be more regular with tweeting and just talking
Nice.
about not just stuff about the stream, but also personal stuff as well. So cat pics and bits and pieces, you know,
And
just to try and make it a bit more personal.
yeah, so how long have you been like kind of bumping things up for?
Sorry, did you want to just? I don't understand the question.
Oh, like because you said recently you decided to start posting more. Like when was that?
So, basically, it's been about 2 or 3 weeks now.
Gotcha. Okay.
So beforehand, I was using it a little bit more just as a tool to just say, "Hey, I'm live,"
Mhm.
and oh, by the way, retweet stuff that I thought was interesting. But people were saying, well, you know, if you want people to engage with you more on Twitter, you're gonna have to start giving more of yourself effectively, or at least giving them a reason to engage with you on Twitter.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to be a little bit more consistent with it.
That's good. How do you feel like that's been going for you so far?
It's been going pretty good, actually. People have been really receptive over it, and I've started to utilize just doing little quick videos. So, you know, rather than just writing text, I've actually been sort of like, if it's something relatively important or something I feel is important, I'll sort of record it'll be literally a 30-second video on the phone and just post it up, and that tends to work really well, I've found.
Yeah.
People do tend to engage with that more. So
Yes,
that's
people
nice.
really like videos, especially if they have subtitles on them. I don't know if you subtitle yours,
Ooh.
but
I don't actually know. Is there no way I can do that off the phone, or does that have to be done as an edited thing and then put on?
you know what? So if you're doing it on your phone, there are actually apps that will help you with captioning. I don't know any off the top of my head, but I know for a fact that they do exist where they will auto-generate captions, and then you can kind of edit them as you need.
Because I noticed actually your stream as well has captions, and I'm very jealous of those because I actually have wanted to get a good captioning software for a while. Not because obviously some people watch streams just and engage with content muted because they're working, and then also you've got that community out there who need the captions, because they can't hear. As a result, it's something I've wanted to do for a while. So thank you for bringing that up. Actually, you've reminded me.
Yeah, so for Twitch, the extension I use is called Stream Closed Captioner, and it's actually on my my toolbar here. So basically, it's a free extension that you can get through the Twitch extension program, and then how it works, it's pretty simple. It just uses a browser to, you add your microphone to the browser, and whenever you stream, you basically open the tab and you hit, start captioning, and it'll start putting those captions on your stream. So it's pretty easy to use. You just have to remember to, at the start of your stream, actually turn it on each time, and then when you're done, turn it off. But I don't if you're worried about captions showing up when you're not streaming, I don't think that's a thing. Like, I think it turns off when your stream's offline, so you're not like, I don't know, you're like cursing at chat off stream. You're like, God damn it, chat's full of trolls today. And then it comes up on the stream. They're like, oh god.
Oh jeez, no, it seems actually pretty accurate too, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Like the actual captions itself, they're usually pretty on point, so that's actually awesome. So yeah, I shall look into that. Thank you.
Yeah, for a free simple tool, like, it's pretty solid. So definitely recommend. Okay, so let's look at your Twitter. Oh yeah, one thing you can also, you have it actually, perfect. I was gonna say you can have some social links on your little about blurb here. You already got those, so that's good. You can add your you can add up to 4, so you can add your YouTube, your Instagram, or the tip button, like whatever you feel is most important. I would definitely, you might as well use those slots. Hot mic CC, yeah. Yeah, that can be bad. Okay, so let me pull your Twitter open here. Starship Captain, Twitch partner, sponsored by Corsair, online personality, 100% British, and you got your business email. Nice. This is a pretty good bio. You've got a clickable link to your stream, which I think is important. You got a little description, sponsored by Corsair, that gives credibility. And you've got your branding on here, so that's great. It's like matches. I like that you've utilized the header space. That's great. That looks pretty good.
Always nice to be validated.
Nice. Got a little video here. Yeah, if you start captioning your videos, like I think you're gonna see even more engagement. Like you're already noticing good engagement from videos. If you start captioning, you're definitely gonna see more engagement.
Good idea, actually. I'll try and look into that.
Yeah.
Both the stream and the videos it'll take as well. So.
Yeah, so definitely there are definitely some apps on your phone, and then if you're on your computer, there's like I use something called Capwing. It's a Kapwing. It's free. It does like auto-generate captions, and then you're gonna have to tweak them a little bit, but it's a pretty nice, easy tool to use.
Awesome.
I like it. Nice. I like that your going live tweet has like pictures too. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I tried to do that because again, it's visually more interesting than just having a link. So
Yeah.
you know how it like also generates just a little link that you can click for a Twitch stream.
Mm-hmm.
I tend to find people didn't like that as much, but if I put a big picture or something, or if I even do a video, then people are like, oh yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah.
It captures your attention visually when you're scrolling, if you know what I mean.
Absolutely. Like people in general don't really like links. And I think so because of that, people have gotten kind of, like blinded to that what it looks like when a link is embedded, right? That like little box, like people will just kind of glaze over that because they know what it's there. Like, so like, yeah, that's why I use thumbnails for my tweets and stuff too, because I find that it's much better for getting people engaged.
Yeah, and also you can harmonize your branding as well. So.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, you can definitely tell that you're tweeting a lot more and like you're getting more, involved in your Twitter, and I think that's a good thing. Hi Booker. Hi. Booker has decided to join us. But yeah, I think your Twitter looks pretty good. The only suggestion I really have is like obviously like keep doing what you're doing, because I think what you're doing is good. I would say when you're doing your going live tweets that like the hashtags are at least like the live stream hashtag is probably like pointless. Like I'm not sure if you're gonna be getting any engagement, and you talk about getting engagement on tweets and adding images. Well, hashtags actually reduce engagement a lot of the times. Right. So I would say maybe Star Citizen makes the most sense. But
trying to keep it more like sort of laser focused on, if you're going to do a hashtag, make it like complete focus on that one thing and then nothing else.
Yeah, like I think live stream, like I'm not sure if that's gonna be doing much for your stream, or like hashtag Twitch or something.
Habitual, if I'm honest, so I shall remove that.
Yeah,
just
like I think if you were to do like a Star Citizen hashtag, you could do like join us for all things hashtag Star Citizen as we continue to marvel at the Bengal, blah 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 blah. You can kind of incorporate that into your sentence. But
all right, I'm with you.
I think that people don't really search by hashtags on Twitter. People just kind of will type Star Citizen, I think, a lot of the times too. So, I don't know. That could be something that is debated, whether it's like even useful to post the hashtag. But I think you can look at analytics to see, if the hashtags are actually working or not. So you can validate that on your own side.
Sounds good. Love chat. Your chat's wonderful. It's just the same. It's the same. So you're ever gonna finish it. It will eventually, I'm sure. But we might be physically on the moon before we do that. That's all.
One day. One day.
It's getting closer, if nothing else. I'll say that. Getting closer.
Oh, this breakfast looks so good.
Oh, that was heavenly. Yeah, that was delicious.
Yeah, I mean, so
I'm just trying to do things like that, just trying to make it a little bit more personal.
That's great. Like, keep doing that. Videos, caption the videos. Like, start doing some more clips and stuff too. Like, I think that's definitely a good avenue for you.
Sure, 100%. One of the things I don't do actually a lot of is just to try and like utilize funny clips or sort of anecdotal moments from the stream and integrate that into other areas. So that is something I should probably work on.
Yeah, no, I think that would be good. Like, And that keeps talking about Star Citizen, like, you know, whenever there's updates or news or anything, or like any changes, like, you know, just don't hesitate to be vocal about that. And then people from the community will start to look to you for information, and they'll start to watch your stream to, you know, watch you play the game because they're a fan of Star Citizen. They want to watch people play the game that know what to talk about, you know?
Yes, clip me more, big. Clip me more.
Clip Loken more, yes.
All
What's
the
up,
clips, please.
GB? Okay, so now we will take on some patients for today. We've got, looks like first up we've got Micah the Great submitting first. So Micah, I know you're here. I hope you're ready. Let me just close my door really quick. This Booker broke it open, so give me 1 second. Hello, Micah. All right.
Hi, Micah. Don't worry, we'll be gentle.
I would love Booker's feedback too. Okay. Sounds good. Let me get you the link, Loken. I'm gonna post it in our Discord. So we got Micah the Great coming up first. A little bit about Micah for those who don't know our fellow loony. My name is Micah and I've been streaming about a year now. I enjoy story-driven open world games, but I also enjoy trying different types of games. I'm a full-time engineer and love to sprinkle that into my stream by doing some projects and showing how STEM is involved in every aspect of our lives. I like to grow my community a bit more because I found that Twitch has helped me be more comfortable with myself, and I'd like to have that same space for others. Aww.
Awesome. Awesome goals. Like it.
Love it.
100%.
Ooh, I love this background. Look at this purple Micah background. Very awesome.
Ooh, I like the engineering diagrams as well and that kind of business. That looks awesome.
Yeah. Already we're getting a sense of, you know, who you are and what you're about. No channel trailer, but you know, we talked about that. You know, try to get one at some point if you can, because that will give people a great snapshot into who you are and what your stream's all about.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm a potato. There we go. Oh, I love this offline screen. You just rebranded this weekend? What? Oh, well, it's great.
Ooh, that is a nice offline screen. It's unique. It's different. You know, you don't always see this, and it's uniquely tailored to you. I love that. I really like it when I see a screen that's just like it shows a little bit about the person, who they are, and what they are.
There's like character coming through.
100%, yeah.
Like we're gonna watch an absolute nerd on stream. Like that's what's gonna happen.
Those are the best streams.
So you've got Friday and Saturday 6 p.m. Eastern, Sunday 3 p.m. Eastern night. So you got your schedule. It says offline. You got your social medias at the bottom. This is great. Micah the Great, looking pretty great.
See, Micah, you've already exceeded me because you have the calendar in your chat about me there. Beautiful.
Yeah.
You got the Streamlabs stream countdown, everything set up. Well done.
Yeah, so this is what we were talking about earlier. So it you know, has the countdown, but then also just has your time. Mine's in, you know, America/Chicago, Central Time. So that's super handy for me to know.
Oh gosh, you're absolutely right. It is changing it to the local time zone at census. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's really good.
Cool.
We got some rules in your chat, so that's good. We got an about me. I love it. In the real world, I'm an engineer. My degree is mechanical. I work on automotive and I love it. I'm the mother of 2 lovely cats. Nice. And you stream a variety of games. You got a contact email and some credit to the branding. That's awesome. I love the about me.
Yeah, that's a great one about me, actually. I like the fact you've told people how to pronounce the name as well. Something I get wrong all the time is in pronunciation. So it really helps when you put that in.
We got a tips link. I like how all the banners are, you know, they're consistent. The Discord image is clickable, nice. Tips link is clickable, nice. You know, it's funny how many times I've seen people have channels but then like they don't actually make them clickable. It'll be like Twitter, but it doesn't work. Like, so that's
Yeah.
good.
I've been guilty of that in the past, trust me.
Yeah, okay, so is there anything missing? No, I think you got the most important things down. You know, the schedule, the about me, the rules, like.
I mean, I guess the only thing I would mention is it's a complete personal preference thing. I've always preferred having like having specs and chat rules as sort of a clickable external link. So on my channel, for example, if you click the rules, it'll then take you to a document elsewhere. I just personally found that for visual clarity's sake was cleaner, but it's a very nitpicky thing, as you say. You know, and this is perfectly done. Everything's clear and clean, and I can easily read the information. It's not a problem, but it'd just be one thing I would just say, you might want to consider if that was something you wanted. That's a route you wanted to take. Again, super nitpicky because it seems like you've hit every base here. It might be a good idea to perhaps have the contact email and channel branding stuff as a separate banner, just so it's very, very visible. Because obviously you've got the contact email in the about me, which is great. But sometimes I think if people will skim read it, they might not see it first. So if it's in a specific contact me here panel, that might be helpful too.
Yeah, so I have two suggestions for this. Like, you can make it bold so that it does stand out in that section, or like you can even move it into that top area. I think, Loken, that's where yours is. Oh no, yours is actually below, but you could actually put yours like up top too if you want to kind of separate that out a little bit more. But yeah, I mean, other than that, like, these are good first impressions.
I'm straight. You have a TikTok as well. Gosh, you really are better than me.
Doing it all.
Absolutely. How's TikTok going for you? I saw you branched out into that recently.
Yeah, I haven't posted in like a month, so
Oh.
yeah, it was going really well, but the thing is, it's time management.
Yeah.
Like, having to record and write scripts, and I've gotten a lot of videos converted for TikTok, but it's just like that's costly to do, like, a bunch of those, so it's like
100%. I completely understand. I'm the same with YouTube. I need to do it. Not very good at doing it or finding the time for it, because streaming, and as you say, especially with your scripts, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
To do.
Yeah, it's something that I believe in, and I think that creators should consider getting into TikTok if it makes sense for them. But it's got to be done in a way that you I mean, just time management. Like, as you can see, my time management isn't perfect. My work-life balance isn't perfect. And that's why, I started TikTok and did like 7 videos and then like haven't posted in a month because I was just like, oh God, I have put too much on my plate now. So,
Fair enough.
but yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot of creators have a lot of success on TikTok, a lot of growth. Like, I think it's a great way to get discoverability. It's got better discoverability than Twitch does itself. So I've seen a lot of creators that have struggled to grow on Twitch really blow up and succeed at TikTok, and then they kind of make that their thing instead. So I think it's a very valuable platform to get into.
100%.
Had a viewer find me on their For You page and they didn't know I had a TikTok. Really? That's awesome. That is awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna go into your videos tab now and see your recent broadcasts and what you've been playing, and how long you've been streaming. It looks like you go about 3 to 4 hours of stream, so that's pretty solid. That's a solid amount of time.
Yeah, it's plenty of time to get started, get established, get people relaxed, and I wouldn't, just from my personal perspective, I wouldn't go any shorter than that, generally speaking, because Twitch is, again, because of the way it is, it's sort of like a snowball effect. So you start small, it sort of it increases as the duration of the stream goes. So you tend to see an upward curve of viewers. That's just something I've noticed. So, but yeah, 3 or 4 hours is an awesome amount of time. That's all good.
So one thing that I would do, you're playing a lot of Subnautica right now, which is great because that's got a very you know, that's got a community that enjoys those games. And right now the below zero category actually is like, it's got a good amount of people in it. Like it's not so much like, it's not super saturated, but it's got enough that you can actually, you know, you stream in here and you've got some room to grow, which is pretty nice.
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
So
I
I
nice
think,
healthy category.
yeah, I think that is a good looking category for small to mid-sized streamers right now. One thing that I would suggest is it looks like you start your streams with just chatting, which I would say I would consider going right into Subnautica because you're just chatting is only like 20 to 30 minutes at the most. And streaming in that category, like you're not doing anything for your growth right there. Like I think when you start a stream, for a lot of streamers, there is an expectation that you will be chatting a little bit. And so I don't think like streaming under Subnautica, I don't think takes away from like that. Like you're still going to do your chatting. But I think it allows you to actually grow in that category and gives you a better opportunity for growth than streaming and just chatting. Because it's just like, you're going to get lost like down there, right?
Yeah, I 100% echo what Loco's saying there, and I agree. I mean, you saw on my ones, I can natter for about an hour before I actually start playing a game, but I'll still be in the category because you'll get interested people just kind of trickling down to your stream, and they know you're going to play the game, and they might actually get interested and hooked on what you're talking about, and then they see a bit of a different part of you rather than just streaming the game. So it works better. And just chatting is such a busy category with so many people. It's a bit of a it's a bit of a difficult one to be in. There you go. It's been putting it kindly.
Yeah. I think like if you were just chatting for like 2 hours, 3 hours, like obviously like it would make sense to be in just chatting, because then you're gonna get people that come in to like watch Subnautica and be like, I've been here an hour and you're not playing. Like, but you know, if you're doing like 20 minutes to an hour, like I totally think, you know, start with Subnautica. Because I think you'll get some, especially if you start just chatting like full screen, like I think you'll get actually more clicks that way. This leads me to a question I've always had. I've heard rumors of Twitch backlash when you're streaming in inaccurate categories. Is there any truth to this? In terms of what, like in like Twitch themselves? No. In terms of community?
Twitch tends to not get angry about that kind of stuff.
They're really lax.
Yeah, I mean, let's just look at Twitch's history. They're pretty lax. I'm just gonna leave it like that. I'm not gonna get into it anymore.
Yeah.
And sometimes you get the occasional naysayer or person who's a bit of a, oh, you're not in the right category, and you just go, well, I'm gonna get started soon. I'm gonna play the game, but you know, if you want to stick around, cool. If not, bye. You know. Is that you will get those people? They will occasionally just come and just go, "Hey, yeah, you're not doing the right category." They just want to nag at you for some reason. So, yeah.
Yeah. You know, I've seen, you know, like Hassan gets, you know, 30-40,000 viewers. He does politics in just chatting when there is a politics category. So, you know, if Twitch isn't doing any enforcement, like you can definitely tell with how just chatting has become kind of, you know, just anything. You can do anything in that category. Like, so,
yeah, anything.
Yeah, if anything, I think they should be a little more strict. But anyways, that's a totally different discussion. But okay, yeah. So let's take a look at your most recent VOD from 19 hours ago. Starting spoon, haha. Ha ha ha, get it? That's great.
Adam 2, insert rim shot here. I like this. I think this looks really clean again. I like the little what's it, little pop out thing on the left hand side, just sort of showing the little sort of little wiggly cup thing. I think that's kind of cool. Mug. It's a mug. God dang it.
The mug? Wait, where? Oh, the coffee thing?
The little coffee mug, just occasionally, I like visual Easter eggs like that. It draws my attention.
I've seen this before. I feel like where Michael, where'd you get this? I don't get it. Okay, not Jack. Well, it's like, you know, you don't get it. It's like spoons. And, you know, spoons, there you go. Oh, it's the official coffee alert. Oh, nice. I thought it was like a... Okay, cool. That makes sense. All right, let's zoom and see when you start. All right, let me back it up a little bit. About 6:20-ish.
Yeah, I'm just gonna scrub that out.
We'll be adding some animation to the screen. Oh yeah, I think if you animate your logo, I think that'd be really cool. Like you make the
awesome.
cog spin. I think that'd be
Oh,
sick.
that'd be really cool. Yeah, that'd be really, really cool.
From one to another, I'm sorry. How are you though? How was Loco's stream?
Oh, talk about my stream. Oh god, don't talk about my stream.
Murder mitten right here.
What if Micah starts talking smack about my stream? Oh my god, her stream was so annoying. God, she just is the...
Honestly,
Okay.
jeez.
We'll do it later. She does not want that right now.
I love this
Thank you, Renner. How's
overlay
it
on the side
going?
here.
It's really cool. Again, it's that same branding, but it's really freaking cool. It's quite... I don't want to say simple, it's minimalist in a way, but it's really characterful at the same time. Like it's not... I don't know, it's just very unique, and I think that's awesome. Also, you have a really, really nice camera.
I know most of us have
Yeah.
It's really clear.
The lighting is good.
Amazing. Yes, I saw that. I was able to make it to like the very last like
New
10
branding's
minutes.
so good. Yes, great job.
Because my friend came over, her and her boyfriend came over and spent the afternoon
You're...
here. It was
So you
great.
can actually customize the text so that to make sure that it
Very
doesn't
nice
spill
to
off the paper actually.
Sit without anything
I
else
would
to do.
definitely try to do that because basically what you can do is you can change it so like no matter how long their name is, it doesn't spill off to the side.
Did I
What you're gonna want to do is
I
set up
actually
a
don't have any right here.
transformation basically.
grab
So if
one.
you like,
In a minute, I'm sure.
if you right click on a text
Get your butt involved.
source
Nice.
and you click on transform and then hit edit transform, basically what you can do is build a box that is stagnant. So the text conforms to the box rather than the text just changing all the time.
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
Also the just one little again, it's a nitpicking at this point. The sub at the top there, it's just off center. If you could, if that was centered, just so it all sort of flowed down, that'd just be a nice little addition. I just think again, you can do it
I miss
whilst you're
dodgeball. Only
making
thing
the
in
sort of the
high school I
bounding
miss.
boxes for the
I
names.
miss some stuff.
Yes.
Not
But
much.
it's
though.
good. We're
I
already
miss
having to nitpick
seeing
because
all
it
the
looks
robotics.
clean.
Mentoring is super duper cool. But I kind of miss.
I would like to have chat on this page because you are doing your chatting and like full screen, like, you know, or if you're mobile, you won't really be able to follow what's happening. So I would want to see chat. I mean, you have like the right side, you have like, you know, you could cover up your mail in the corner and your stuff that's in the corner here. You could probably cover up that with some chat, I think.
You could have a sort of a semi-transparent chat box thing, so if you wanted to keep a bit of the
mail.
background still there, it wouldn't take it away. If you want people to see the mail and the boxes and stuff, then you can keep that.
Yeah.
I also should probably have a quick snack.
But yeah, I think having chat on here would be great. I think it'd be great to
Yeah, I'm gonna grab
help
a
people follow
really quick
along.
Snack, a Dr. Pepper, and then I will be right back. I'm going to put up a BRB screen. Hi, virtual. It's
Okay.
Brown.
We're gonna see a
Happy
BRB screen
Monday.
apparently in a
I'm
second.
here.
Ooh,
So
okay.
yeah,
I'm prepared.
There's a baby on my lap.
I like the little Twitch
There's a
thing in the
there's a
background
little
too.
AOA.
Oh, that's cool.
Let's go
Like a
to
Twitch
stream. Yeah, woo.
blot thing. Blot painting thing. Oh, we got cat cam.
Oh my God.
Nice
we do.
transition there.
Oh
I guess
boy,
I'm
there
not
we
gonna
go.
have
Okay, this stream is already #1 as far as I'm concerned.
Number one
Cat
streamer right
confirmed.
here.
Exactly. Content has just been upgraded by
Go up
200%.
here. I'll just go up here. I'll cover my name. Oh,
What a cutie. Oh,
right? Because this is all we really want anyway, right?
you see, I wish Poppy would do that. She doesn't stay
Queen.
still for long enough for me to have a cat cam.
Bye,
She
everyone who's
wanders
sub.
everywhere.
We'll wait,
Oh, yeah.
because she's all snuggled up and I don't
yeah.
want to disturb her.
You know how it is, I'm
She
sure.
had a little bit of a stressful afternoon. She
She's the queen of the stream, yes, as most pets are.
She's not used to being
100%,
around a lot of
100%.
people.
All right, I'm gonna skip
So-
forward into when you're in the game.
Boom.
See how you're like. Ooh, I like this. Oh man, this is so.
Also, DRM, I saw
Your
you
branding's
message
so
earlier,
great.
And I meant to say thank you, and then I realized that I didn't. So thank you.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
You guys are too good. To
I
me.
like that everything matches. You know, like everything's
yeah. That looks good.
cohesive.
Again, with the cogs on the lower left, if at
So-
some point it's not essential, but you wanted to maybe try and find
just
someone just
back
to
up.
animate those spinning slightly, that'll just
Oh my
again
gosh,
be really
no, wrong thing.
a nice little addition. But
Yeah.
as Loco was saying,
I guess
the
we can go
little
for a little while
box at the
without our
bottom
music,
for, your,
right?
for your webcam looks freaking
I
awesome.
guess.
Yeah, I like the.
That we set our moon
I like that
goal.
you have
the new
kind of
base.
caught your camera
We
with the
have
little
it in a
paper. I think that
stop
looks
to-
cool. And it has like the socials on it too. I'm not sure if I would want
Also, I'm
the
gonna-
camera to
I'm gonna make a
fit
beacon.
perfectly in the paper, like make it a little bit bigger so that it's like sits perfectly, or if it looks better if it's like in there.
For
But
like seconds, maybe.
it's something you could try.
Imagine going without music. I know, right? Now that I know what the world can really
Nice
be
smooth
like,
game feed too. It's nice and it's not like pixely or
I
artifacty or
don't-
anything.
Yeah,
really
the
good.
quality
I
looks
don't
pretty
think I have
good.
enough titanium.
Yeah.
Let me see your video stats.
Do I have a beacon in here? I don't think I have a beacon.
60 FPS, 5,000 bit rates,
So, okay, here's what we're
864p.
gonna do. Need more
Interesting.
iron cubes.
That is an interesting resolution.
I was thinking more. I was like, I have like.
I see people do
4.
that, and I
don't
never
know.
understood
Can't
why. I
really
have
do
to be
much
honest with you.
it.
I'm streaming at 936p. I was at 900, but then people,
Wait a second.
someone, chat made me go to 936. I don't know.
Big.
And you get an extra 36 pixels. What can I say?
It was worth it. I do think that, I mean, Mike, I don't know if you're getting quality settings regularly, but you know, if you're getting quality options, this is fine. But if you're not, then you know, this is definitely a little bit on the higher end of what I would recommend for smaller streamers because you know, it just like it's a high bit rate like this and people not being able to like go to a lower setting like is gonna definitely exclude. I haven't noted to reduce my bit rate. Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, again, it's totally your choice. Like, you know, this is good quality, but like you could totally stream at 720p 60. It'll still look good. And you can lower your bit rate just a bit so that it's just more accessible to mobile users, people with bad internet. You know, so that's, you know, a chunk of potential viewers there that, you know, you might be missing out on.
Yeah, I have to echo that 100%. It's one of the most important things I found when I was doing casting before I had transcoding all the time was, again, trying to hit as many people as possible, you know, and giving them the option to watch just by toning it down just slightly. Really helps. Really, really helps a lot. And it'll still look good, as Lowco was saying, you know?
Yeah, like I don't feel like you're gonna be it's not like you're terribly sacrificing your quality. Like you're still getting those 60 frames, which I think is you know, good enough.
Yeah, 100%.
Perfect. This will give us enough.
Accessibility is key.
Oops, sorry, buddy. I hate that.
Where's my lab coat? It's too hot to wear the lab coat, okay? It makes me anxious.
I am darn impressed with this, seriously. God, when my stream first started, it was nothing like this. It wasn't nearly this professional. Crap. It was actually awful.
I mean, I feel like nowadays it's like the standard is the bar is so much higher.
Yeah.
Like there's just
Oh, gosh.
expectations, right?
It is, it is. I mean, I know that you and
moly.
I, we started near the same time. You've gosh had your 7 years, haven't you? I started sort of 6 years ago. So back then it was kind of like, you know, a Blue Yeti, a webcam, and maybe some crappy graphics, and you're good to rock, you know? You could do it better if you wanted to, and some people did. I think you did, didn't you? You kind of hit the out. You
Wait,
kind of
why
came
is
out the
my health
gate
on there
running,
so
didn't
low?
you? when you started?
Yeah, I mean, like I don't know how, cause my stream was really potato, like you know, but like people like to watch. But again, like you didn't have many options, so like you know,
Yeah.
if my mic sucked, you know, you were just like whatever, it's fine. But now it's like, oh god, you don't have like a professional grade camera and microphone and like a professional synchronized graphics. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I do want to prefix by saying that I'm not saying that, you know, you can't start streaming and you know, you don't have to have like that top end gear or anything, but it's
So I
nice to
think that I want
just
to be
sort
close to
of
Delta.
say, just as a generalization statement, that
Because that's
making
pretty
sure you've got
central.
some, you know, stable
Sorry, buddy.
quality. I think if you've got
I mean,
stable
I know that
quality, you know,
I'm
stable
already
FPS,
close to
stable,
Delta
Mhm.
and
you know,
Central,
stable looking
but
stream,
honestly,
and
just
you know,
that here might even be
a
better.
moderately decent microphone is really helpful. The webcam can kind of suffer, I find, a little bit, as long as you have nice audio.
Yeah, I mean, like, honestly, like a Logitech C920 is like 50, 60 bucks. And like, that's really all you'll ever need. Like, you don't really need to get that high a quality of a camera. Like, that's going to be, like, that streams at 1080p. And if you're streaming at 720p, you don't need a 1080p camera. The
Yeah.
literally doesn't make sense. In fact, you'll probably get artifacting if you stream like that. So,
100%. Yeah, C920 is just the absolute Swiss Army knife of cameras. I only, in the last 6 months, changed to a DSLR. Like, I did basically 6 years of streaming with that one, and it was fine. I never had any problems with it. It was a personal thing I changed it up to. So
yeah, my stream made me get a mirrorless camera. They're like, oh yeah, okay, we're gonna upgrade your camera. I was like, okay, well, I'm not gonna say no, but like,
well, if you insist, I guess I'll just have to suffer this upgrade.
your mic is $40, really? Let me listen to your mic quality.
Got plenty of space for our moon pool, like right there, to dock in and out.
Sorry, I just realized I had the
I mean, we
volume
got
really low
these
on my end.
guys, oof, and they're probably gonna attack it.
Your mic quality is great. What mic
It
are
is,
you
actually.
using? Can't blame chat all the time. Oh, I can.
That's another good point, actually, is that there's actually quite a lot of almost.
Let's just,
You can get a relatively like moderate microphone, but if as long as
let's
you
just see about it.
tweak it correctly, then you can get a lot out of it. You know,
Mhm.
some people feel I found feel that you can only get high quality audio out of a really high quality microphone. It's not necessarily the case. There's lots of tools you can
Yeah.
use to tweak it and adjust it, and noise gates and things, and it all just helps make everything sound much better.
Mhm.
We're just gonna put this here.
Movo, interesting. Haven't heard of that.
Fart box?
Yeah, no, it sounds very clear. There's no like background sounds getting picked up. I mean, I haven't heard you yell, so I don't know if like you're gonna be peaking or anything, but no, it sounds pretty good. Overlay looks good. Like quality wise, you know, I think your stream looks great. You're talking a decent amount. You're interacting with chat. Like, you know, I think everything on, you know, from what I can see, looks good on this screen.
100%. Title's nice too, just for the record. I know it's something that people
Yeah.
don't look at a lot, but the title's pretty like it's nice and clear and clean.
Yeah, let me I do actually tend to look at that. Let me back out here and see. Yeah, you got new channel point redemptions. Nice. Not today, Shrimp Man. Nice. Movo VXR10. The Go XLR Mini and filters are doing a lot of the work. Well, there you go. Yeah. That's a nice thing about the Go XLR for audio noobs. Like, you know,
Oh, it's
it works out of the
godsend.
box.
Yeah, are you using one as well, Loco?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I love my Go XLR. Big investment, but bloody hell, it pays off.
Yeah. If you suck at audio, like like I do, then I like it a lot. I know it gets a lot of
Dark art. It's a dark art audio. It's so complicated.
it's evil. It's very
It
evil.
is. I mean, I used to have a mixer and a buzz box and this and that, and I got rid of all of it and just got the XLR and just was like, it's done. When I'm done, perfect.
Yeah, I was actually surprised by how simple it was, honestly.
Yeah.
Okay, last but not least, we're gonna check your Twitter. Check your Twitter game. See how you doing on the Twitter spheres. You know, because it's an important marketing avenue.
It certainly is.
All right. Got your business email. You got your Twitch link. Ginger, first mentored engineer, cat mom. I drink a lot of Dr. Pepper. I like to play video games. Awesome. I like it.
100%.
Good flavor. You know, good description here. I like it. It's just all Lowco retweets. Oh yeah.
see, Loco, you have dedicated fans.
You might see a familiar face today. Oh, it's you. You're the familiar face. Got some cat stories. Nice. It is a lot of my retweets. I'm conflicted here because as the doctor, I need to tell you to stop retweeting me so much, but as a streamer, I'm like, thank you.
Oh, there's a conflict of interest there.
I'll take the retweets. No, but you know, I think you know, okay, I gotta do what's best for you. And what would be best is to not retweet me as much. It would be more about you, your stuff, and what you're all about. But I do like that you're tweeting a lot about like your personal experiences and stuff. That's good.
Yeah, they're nice actually. There's some quite a decent like, you know, just the posts are quite just talk about life and bits and pieces, and that can be really engaging for people. Also getting lots of like likes and traction on those, which is really good to see. Sorry, I'm going into metrics again. It's awful. It's a habit, I swear.
No, it's good. Trying to break it up, yeah. Yeah, I would say retweet me less, tweet you more. Also, more clips from you. And when you're going live, you know, include like a selfie or include like you know, a photo of your cat or something.
Yeah, that could work. Just something that's a bit personal to you or can visually identify you is oh, okay, that, you know, your stream's doing a live type thing that's there. Because again, as we were saying earlier, you know, it's nice that it auto generates a link for you on Twitter these days, but having a branded thing can be really nice. Just visually draws you in to the tweet more.
Yeah, like this is good here. You know, you could do like a going live thumbnail that like, you know, well, that is, first of all, that fits and doesn't get cut off, but also just says like live now. You know, that could be a cool, like just like a default one so that when you don't do a custom pick, you can put that on there. Retweet moving cogs, exactly. But yeah, I mean, like, you know, I think that would be helpful. And yeah, like just showcasing your content a bit more on your Twitter. I think that would be great.
Yeah, pretty much all I can see because everything else here looks solid as heck.
Yeah. Anything else, Loken, that you got for Micah?
I would say that I think you're doing excellently so far. I think it's a really good way to put your best foot forward. I think that the branding is really strong and the Twitter game's on point, as well as you're hitting up alternative places to try and get, you know, traction as well. So, you know, the TikTok, for example,
yeah,
it's just, again, the good alternative places to try and draw more people into Twitch, because again, Twitch discoverability is iffy. I think the category of game you've chosen is excellent as well. That's one of the core things a lot of viewers that I have who ask me about streaming on my stream ask about is, what game should I play? And again, choosing a game that has enough health for the community for you to grow and something you're enjoying is really, really important. Not putting yourself again in like I know it's the typical example, World of Warcraft or something. You know, it's helpful for you. So honestly, I think you're doing excellently. I think just keep it up and, you know, just tweak and tinker as you go and just, yeah, I think you're doing excellently, genuinely.
Yeah, I think everything looks good. The rebranding is awesome. You know, I like that it's visible everywhere. You know, you have it in your Twitter header as well. Like, that's really cool. And yeah, I think I think someone watches the stream, Doctor. That's what I'm saying.
Someone who's taken the advice to heart, and it's good advice because, again, it looks great.
Yeah.
Really, really like the branding. Really do.
Awesome, Micah. Nice job. Thank you so much for submitting your stream onto the stream, Doctor. Make sure to drink extra water today, maybe a little bit less Dr. Pepper, and you should be all set. There you go. Retweet Lowco less. Okay, not everyone has to retweet me less. All right. Next up, we got Indy Garona. Hi all, Indie Garona here, but everyone calls me Indie. I am a support class and healing enthusiast that plays mainly WoW, but I've been mixing in streams with variety content as well with games like Dead by Daylight and Resident Evil. My community is called The Sanctum, and I maintain very positive vibes, kindness first, judgment-free atmosphere for my viewers. Even though I'm a Twitch partner Dinosaur, I've been working really hard. To really up the quality of my content after a long hiatus, which kind of forced a reset button on my growth, and would love some feedback and constructive criticism. Nice. We will give you such things.
We most certainly will.
I am sending you the link.
Thank you kindly.
There you
we
go.
Grab that. Thank you all. Okay, here we go.
We have a channel trailer. Hey!
Hey, there we go. You are ascendant, my friend. You've already exceeded us.
Yeah, you don't need our help. Like, I think this is good. This is good here.
That's
okay.
really cool. I love this animated. That's awesome.
I'm gonna watch the trailer, so 1 second.
Everyone, I'm Indie Garona, but you can call me Indie, and welcome to my channel. I'm best known for my motto, I play support class IRL, and as such, you can probably guess what kind of content you'll find here in the Sanctum community. I became known early on for my healing guides as a World of Warcraft Holy Discipline priest, and in 2011 when I was partnered with Twitch, my streams primarily consisted of my raid healing point of view. Nowadays, you'll find me streaming with the same passion for support class as before, only over a variety of games. That's not to say I never go shadow or play a more evil role from time to time. Hey, we've all got our demons. Be sure to follow the channel to become a member of our growing community, the support class, and also to see when I'm live. Or perhaps subscribe and become a member of the Army of Angels and enjoy all the sub perks that go along with it. Either way, I'm thrilled to have you here and I hope you enjoy your stay. As a streamer who focuses heavily on viewer interaction and community, I look forward to chatting with you.
Yeah, this is amazing. Nice job. This is getting replaced ASAP. I lost 100 pounds since then. Oh wow. Well, congratulations. And
yeah, that is amazing. Well
like,
done.
I mean, well, this is a great trailer though. Like, you know, it's like you've hit everything. Like you had some, you know, some visuals of like clips, and it was very descriptive of who you are, what you do. Like, I mean, that was great. You know, I love that.
No
yeah, but you
complaints
got
there.
the trailer edited, so that's that you get plus points for that.
100%.
That's awesome. Very cute. I feel like I really got a good you know, taste of like what you're all about. So I love that. It was very, very good. Well written, you know. Love the panels. They're very cute.
Yeah, again, keeping with the branding. That's good.
So you keep saying that you play support class IRL, but what does that mean? Like, how do you play support class IRL? Because you have a picture of like horses. Are you a vet? Like, are you an animal caretaker? Are you a dog walker? Like, I mean, if you don't want to say, you know, you don't have to say, but you know, you keep saying this, but I'm very curious as to what that actually means, because I feel like that would be cool for people to know. Oh, was it a cow? Oh. I forgot. I thought it was a horse. I'm actually not a vet, but I love animals and do lots of animal charity teams. Oh, that's awesome.
Okay, fair enough.
That's really cool. I love this about me. This is nice.
Let's say solid about me, yeah. It's nice and descriptive, and it seems really friendly as well and quite warm.
Mm-hmm.
Just from the text, which is...
Got a tip button with Streamlabs. You got some special alert sounds. Got your social links here.
The
So
leaderboard integration is nice.
what is your schedule right now? What were you saying, Loken?
I was just saying the leaderboard integration is quite nice. People like to, you know, be sort of like made a bit of a fuss off, you know what I mean? So having that there is quite a nice way of doing it.
Yeah. So you got Monday and Tuesday, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Wednesday and Thursday, 8 to 1. Friday and Saturday, 7 to noon. But what time zone?
That's a good point. That is a very good point.
Just got a new job, so the schedule's changing. Gotcha.
That's fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, like, once you get your schedule figured out, I would definitely consider still doing, like, you do a command, but I would definitely make, like, use maybe the Streamlabs extension because, you know, like we've highlighted, it's very easy for anyone to use and know your schedule.
Yeah, so again, especially if you're in a different time zone. Someone like me, for example, it'll be completely different, and you can't list every single time zone, you know? So
Right.
So it's a very important thing.
I moved it because I felt bad. My schedule was so up in the air. That's fair. That's totally fair. So what is Warcraft Priest? Is this like a sponsor thing, or is this something that you're part of? See, the Mal thing is a referral link. You don't have any rules. And I noticed, like, I chatted. Wait, I did see rules when I chatted. I just clicked off of it so fast. Okay, never mind. You do have rules in your chat.
So, yeah.
You know, but if you have, I would say if you have any stringent rules, to consider making like a panel for that too. Like, if you don't really have, like, you know, some communities are more like family friendly and they have like tighter rules, so you might want to, you know, include that, you know, down below the stream.
Yeah, it's quite an important thing actually. I don't know if I think I have rules.
I don't think you did. I don't think I saw any.
Actually. I have channel rules, but I need to add rules to the stream. I had an issue with that recently, so rules to refer to is helpful. Just as a thing, even if you're more open or sort of like, you know, friendly and all that business, some people can still exceed social limits, let's say.
I use Twitch's schedule tab. Should I not? That's an interesting question. Loken, what do you think about the schedule tab?
I like the idea of the schedule tab. I really do. When they put through the changes to the way our pages were, our home pages on Twitch, I did like the fact they added a schedule tab. But I have to be honest with you, despite me using it, I found pretty much nobody engages with it. It seems to be quite buried at the moment, and not easy enough to access. You know, if it was front and center, or if it was integrated into the channel description, in, you know, the down below bit that we're looking at right now, then I'd say, yeah, 100% use it because it integrates in nicely and it all connects. But as due to the fact it doesn't do that, I honestly would say, again, using something like the Streamlabs when you go live thing is useful. And also Gilded has a calendar app integrated into that, and so if you're building a community and you're using Gilded, then that's actually a really good way of having a calendar still. Yeah,
so I mean, so this is like where most viewers spend the most of their time, is the stream, like the stream page with the stream running, with the chat. You know, they scroll down for information. There is no way to view someone's schedule from here. There's literally no tab. There's no how do you find the schedule? You literally have to click on the person's avatar to then go to here and then to go to the schedule. Like, that makes no sense whatsoever. That's super inaccessible. Like, no viewer is going to be able to figure that out. Like, let's be honest. I hate that.
Mobile as well.
Oh, I'm sure it's impossible on mobile. Like,
I mean, I have to. A surprising number of people watch on mobile, and yet the mobile app's pretty meh. And so you think about it already being there just to watch the stream. Them trying to find a schedule is just going to be a nightmare. It's not going to happen. You know?
You know, if Twitch had the schedule, like you mentioned, like in this about area has so much like dead space. Like, they could make little tabs across the top, like an about. Like, they could make this area so much more functional. And they've hidden their video tabs. Like, you can't access anything. It doesn't make any sense to me at all. It's not user friendly in any way.
Yeah, they definitely need to update that UI as far as I'm concerned. The big sticking point.
Yeah. So with that being said, I feel like the schedule tab might be a wasted time, just because of the amount of effort that it would take you to explain to people how to even find the schedule. I think much better ways are, like Loken said, like, you know, there's Gilded has a calendar system. Even just posting on Discord or posting on Twitter. You know, I think these are, and again, like, just having like maybe something below the stream here, like, it's way more easy for someone to just scroll down a little bit to see your schedule than like clicking 3 different things to get to your schedule.
100%. I mean, I've seen people so they've sometimes if they wanted to keep it on brand, they've just basically photoshopped a schedule, all of a list of stuff that they do. They have a themed day, for example, and they just put it in the channel description, and that just again it works so much better than the way Twitch does their integrated one, which is a shame because it could be awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, and they used to have like that little feed system, and it's like things that they've done away with that I think would have been good for like keeping people informed, but it just wasn't well integrated into the platform. So who knows, maybe they'll change that one day, but for now I think that the Twitch schedule system is kind of a waste of time.
Yeah, I have to agree.
So let's head over to the
Hi,
VOD
everyone.
page
I'm
and see what you've been playing and what your streams are like. So it's interesting that you play World of Warcraft, because my reaction when I see a streamer play World of Warcraft is to be like, oh god, don't play this, it's super oversaturated, like good luck. But like, you actually came from World of Warcraft, you've actually been in it and have become known through it. So I can't even say that. I can't be like, oh no, don't stream it, like, because that's what you've been known for. And I'm kind of curious because you mentioned that you took a break and from streaming, and now you're back. So how do your WoW streams compare to when you do other games like Resident Evil, Dead by Daylight? You got some Overwatch in here, like viewership wise and chat activity wise. How do you feel those games compare? I agree, it's a tough category. When I stream other games, my numbers drop. Okay, so WoW seems to be actually your staple then.
That's fair. I mean, I suppose if you've built yourself up on that, and even if you've taken a chat break, which is tough for the record, taking a hiatus from streaming, if for any extended amount of time, it can be a little bit demoralizing if you come back and you realize you're not quite where you left off. I give you complete props to you for getting back on that saddle and continuing to push through and do it. But yeah, if you're known for that, and if that's something that you've got links to that community, it can be, it's like one of the few exceptions to like when we say, oh, we shouldn't do this game. If you've actually got like a really good solid foundation, and maybe you've got friends from that community as well, and they can kind of feed into that a bit, then it's like the exception to the rule. But yeah.
So this is a tough situation because you're in a position where playing WoW is actually better for your stream, but you've been doing it a long time. So, it's like if you're looking for growth versus, if you're burnt out, like you've been doing WoW so long, like if you still enjoy playing WoW, maybe you should be doing more of that, but it seems like you're kind of going into more other games. So that's a tough, like in terms of like strategizing how to get growth, like that's actually a tough situation to be in.
Yeah, one of the things I did when I made my transition into variety is before I went into it, I was doing a lot of one single game. So I was playing a game called MechWarrior Online, and I was happy in the category and everything. It was I had good traction, but I felt it was time for change. When I made the change, I slowly did it. So I would start most streams with the MechWarrior game that people expected. I'd play it I'd get the stream started, get it working, people relaxed. And then I'd say, okay, we've done this for a few, for about 3 or so hours, 3 or 4 hours, or however long. I'd love to take a look at something else. Obviously you're free to head out if you want to, but maybe stick around if you find it interesting. And I slowly but surely got people used to the idea that I was going to play something else, and that helped me a lot with my transition into variety. But again, even if you want to play a different game, a different staple game, that could sometimes be helpful. And there was a bit of the idea of having to push through that pain barrier. You're going to not necessarily get the same numbers, but given it enough time, so long as you see a positive trend of people still staying there, people still interested in the content they're finding interesting, then it can dip and then bump up again a bit. That's just some personal experience, so take it with a pinch of salt.
Yeah, and I think like I'm looking at your numbers right now, and it's like a lot of WoW, but compared to other games, like you played some Fable 3 and it seemed to be doing pretty well. Also, Resident Evil seemed to do really well for you. The real drop I'm seeing is just when you did Overwatch, which makes a lot of sense because Overwatch is couldn't be further opposite from playing WoW. So maybe that's more of your issue. Maybe it's just not playing other games, but more so like playing games that are way too far off from World of Warcraft. Like maybe doing other MMOs or just games in the Warcraft universe also could be an option for you.
It's a really, really good point you made, actually, Loco. And staying in a sort of a genre can sometimes help, even if it's a different game in that genre. Again, if I use myself for an example, sci-fi genre. I still play a lot of sci-fi games. There might be different types, but it keeps a theme.
Mm-hmm.
It gives it. But yeah.
I will always be passionate about Blizzard games, so often I'll have Overwatch community nights to switch things up, but still keep my WoW viewers engaged. Yeah, I mean that can be fun for the community, but like it doesn't seem like it playing Overwatch, I don't know if it's gonna be that engaging. I think it is often like a pretty different like group of people that want to watch that kind of content. Overwatch is also a toxic kind of game. Yeah, fair.
I find in that situation as well, you kind of have to make the choice of, well, whilst it is good for the community, and obviously fostering and keeping the community is key, there's always a trade-off between what's good for the community and what's also good for the stream and for its growth, and making sure that it's still net positive in terms of you are progressing forward. It's a balance that I think that you yourself have to answer and strike. Well, if I frozen? Oh, there we go.
You're back.
It's a balance you have to strike yourself, and you have to decide on your own terms what is and isn't acceptable, and set goals as a result of that. But it's as Loco was saying, the other games you've been playing, they've done really well. I mean, the Resident Evil has some really high views actually, and it look like you're having a good time with it. So it's just, again, it's choosing maybe games that are gonna grow categories that are gonna help the stream, because Overwatch is also super oversaturated.
Yeah, I would say a game like Overwatch is probably better off stream.
Yeah, is Overwatch still oversaturated actually? I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, 22K and pretty, Anyway, it's a complicated position to be in. It's one of those tricky ones.
Yeah, it's interesting to like try to move away from WoW rather than moving into WoW. But yeah, I would try to stick to more games that are somewhat related. I mean, Dead by Daylight's got a pretty active community as well, but it's one of those games that you're gonna have to play like a bit to get into the community. Like just playing one off might not do anything, because basically you're streaming. It looks like you're streaming sometimes like 5-6 hours. So what you could do is start with some WoW, and then like here you switch to Resident Evil. Like do that more often. So start with your core game, and then just kind of pivot in between streams, like just for half of the stream, pivot to another game. I enjoy streaming DVD. Yeah, I mean that's a good opportunity to collaborate with other streamers too.
That's a good point, actually.
I mean, WoW is a good opportunity to collab too, so it just depends on what you want and how much you love WoW. Like maybe if you really are still passionate about it, like get more into it, or if you're kind of burning out, then you do have to create that exit plan, and that's going to look like you start with WoW and then you switch to something that's easier to transition to.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna look at your most recent VOD from yesterday and see how your stream is.
Oh, I love that animated background. Already.
Yeah.
That is so nice. It's so pretty.
It's so pretty. Incoming heals.
Hang on, I just need to let my cat out. That's right.
Yeah.
Just 2 seconds.
This is really pretty. I love this. I love the steam coming out. This is great. Yeah, your starting soon page looks good. I used to have chat on my intro, be right back and just chatting. I had an issue happen that scared me from ever putting chat overlay on my stream again. That's totally fine. Totally understandable. Like, you gotta do what's best for you and what you feel safe doing. Like, this is your safe space, so you get to craft it however you want. We will give advice you know, based on what we think is best. But, you know, ultimately it's up to you and whether, you know, what you want to take and what you feel comfortable doing. Like, we would never want you to do something that would make you uncomfortable. So
100%, yeah.
okay, so let's see when you go live.
Loud. All right.
It should be soon.
Hello, hello. Let's do some things, huh? Oh wow, my game is loud as shit.
Yeah, that's
I'm
really
sorry about
unfortunate,
that.
Indy.
Sorry, so sorry.
Yeah, so I'm actually sorry to hear that happened to you. That's awful.
I will say, like, if there's anything that you can blacklist, like, let's say you have like a unique last name or a unique street name that like wouldn't really come up in conversation, like, you can always blacklist those words from being posted in your chat just to be safe. But yeah, people suck sometimes, like, seriously.
Yeah, they can. They can just be
Traxxas.
absolute
I'm not
trolls.
gonna do the
in all the wrong ways.
souls because I think I'm maxed out.
You got a
Like, if
sure
everyone got
microphone, so we
souls
know
every
the
month,
audio is
like,
gonna be
no
good.
point.
Yep, audio's gonna be top notch, I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, I could still do it.
And what secret shall be your soul's undoing?
I like your background too. Your camera background's actually really nice.
Yeah, that's a really nice one. I'm always so jealous of people who have these really lovely background stuff. I can't have one because just the way my setup is. So
Yeah.
yeah, that looks really really good, and I like the banner as well, the Warcraft banner and the cat tree.
I've tried. I've attempted this background, but it's like, you know, I mean, it's not bad. But what lighting do you use for the purple? Because I use some spotlights right now, some Philips spotlights, but they don't glow as much as I would have liked them to. I just rebuilt my background because I quit green screening. Yeah. Yeah, no, it looks really nice. Audio quality sounds good too.
Oh, the world quest or the dungeon.
Nice clean overlay too with the little bar at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, someone's left eye to see the realms you've seen.
Looks like Ardenwield's the place to be today. I say that very facetiously. Very, very facetiously.
Govy home strip lights.
All right, let's see what quests are up.
I'm gonna write
Shit,
that down.
I gotta check my mail soon. I haven't done any kind of bank alty stuff. Singular sneeze. One singular sneeze.
But yeah, stream quality seems pretty good.
Yeah, it all looks actually
All
very
right.
solid. 72060,
So,
which is
I guess
absolutely fine.
Yeah,
And,
72060,
start
3K bit rate, like that's
frickin'
right on the money
Ardenwield's.
where you want to be,
Yeah,
pretty
perfect.
much.
it looks really,
the
really
terrors
clean and just very,
quest?
very,
Terrors.
very
Here it
well
is.
put together. I like the integration of
So
the
Devourers
various
and
gold
Terrors
bars
is
as well
up.
into the overall
Ooh,
Mm-hmm.
bar at the below.
That's
That
like
looks
a-
great.
a nice quick way
My
to
dear,
finish.
it appears
Oh,
we
you
have
broadcast in
visitors.
1080-60?
Thank you for
Oh,
saying
okay.
Oh.
Did I turn
Yeah.
my alerts back
Why does Twitch do
back
that?
to default? I guess I did,
Oh,
huh?
heaven's sakes. I have no idea. I hate the fact
I
it's that.
must have.
Yes, 1080-60. Okay, fair enough.
All right, so now
Yeah.
we're going to.
It looks
what was
great,
the
actually.
weekly
I mean,
this
again,
week?
because you've got
Did I
the
already look?
obviously got the partnership that gives you a massive leg up. Even if you've taken higher come back, you still have
What
the
the hell's a
transcoding and
Glowcap
things, so you
festival?
can bump up the quality, and it won't
Oh my
negatively
God.
impact you in any way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know about.
I want to look at your titles. Like, I think your overlay and everything looks good. Like, I don't know if you're covering up important info because I'm not too familiar with like MMOs, but I definitely want to look at your titles to see, you know, because that's going to be a big way. Oh, I'm in the WoW channel. Okay, wrong section. Let me go back. All right, so like that's gonna be how you get people drawn in. Actually, let me look at the category too. 118,000 viewers. Yeah, it's super saturated as usual. But like, I mean, if you're averaging like 20-ish viewers, then let's see, you're not like terribly far down. Like you know, it's
Such a heavily trafficked category. It's not awful.
Yeah, what you're gonna have to do to separate yourself is you're gonna need to use tags so people can filter and find what they're looking for. You know, maybe that'll increase some traffic to your stream. And then B, just having some sort of catchy title, like something that's descriptive, maybe a little clickbaity, like a little spicy, you know, like what's gonna get people into the door.
Never any shame in using a little bit of light clickbait.
Mm-hmm.
Be a little shameless, it's fine, I promise.
Yeah, I you know, maybe something related to what you're doing. If you're doing any special events that's going on, if viewers can play with you, or you know, if there's something that is community related that's going on, like that's something that I would put out there as well. Maybe information about, like, if you're raiding, what class you're playing, like, you know, professional healer, like, you know, you said that people came to know you for your guides on healing and stuff. Like, maybe that's something that you should advertise more of, like, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
I think Lowco is absolutely right. You're in a category which is super busy. So you're gonna have to do everything you possibly can to try and make yourself just stand out that little bit. So you might attract that click, because that's what it's going to boil down to, is do you get a person to click that stream or not? And, you know, going on that, you know, third-party places, you know, again, the YouTube, the Twitter, putting your content there, just other places which have algorithms to try and filter your content into people's feeds will help, I think.
yeah, anything that can give you a little bit of an edge in a category like that. And then obviously, like, a big pressure is gonna be off-stream discoverability too. So like getting clips, getting good moments, maybe even educational stuff. Like, you know, if you provide education from a healing perspective, then providing like tips and guides on TikTok, on Twitter, like those are gonna be really good for you.
And again, especially with a game that's so well known as World of Warcraft, having build guides maybe. I know that when I was playing Path of Exile, I was completely new to it, and I went specifically to look for some Path of Exile guides, and I found some content creators who had made them, and they had their feed, and I ended up watching their stream through that, just because I thought, well, they came up with a really good guide, helped me out, it might be fun to watch, you know. And it's just, again, on like sort of third-party forums or sites of that nature, it might be something to look into, perhaps. It's a lot of extra work, but it can really pay off.
Yeah. Absolutely. Okay, so let's take a look at your Twitter, your social media game, and see what you got going on there. One thing that I would say also, now that I'm thinking about it, is like, you know, you mentioned DBD is good for co-streaming, but like so is WoW. So, you know, if that's something you still do a lot, like I would try to you know, network and collab with other streamers about your size, or guildmates that stream, and do more on-stream collaborations with those people.
If you're in an active guild, actually trying to weaponize the guild to your benefit, say, hey, you know, I'm streaming this raid, you know, you want to come watch my perspective from this. It's a really good way of getting people to come in and say hi, especially if they're already interested.
Right. Twitch partner, co-host of the Snowbound Blizzard Gaming Podcast. Nice.
Ooh.
Oh, you squad stream with Lula? Oh, nice.
Oh, badass. Yeah, squad stream is awesome. If you can get somebody else who's partnered, so good.
That's awesome. Well, that works out.
Yeah.
Awesome. You're a writer too. Oh. Hey, if you need some gigs, Streamer Square is actually looking for some writers to join our team. So I'm just saying, if you want some more work, we're looking. We're looking.
That was smooth.
Is this a going live tweet or is this a clip? Oh, okay. It's a clip. Okay. So I would definitely embed this into Twitter instead of making it a clicking thing, because like, well, first of all, I couldn't even tell what it was. Like there's no way to distinguish that this is a clip versus like a link to your Twitch. So I tried so hard to embed it. So what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna download the clip. So you can download your own clips. If you go to this page, I won't have the link, but there will be like a download button somewhere around here. I think it might be even under here or something. You can also do this from your video producer page. So you can actually download Twitter rejects videos 99% of the time. That's weird. I've never had a problem with videos. As long as it's under 2 minutes or 2 minutes 20 seconds. I download my clip. Weird.
90 seconds upload error happens all the time. I think the files were too large. That is interesting, actually.
I wonder if it's because you're streaming in 1080p, and so you're getting a 1080p video, and Twitter's like having a hard time condensing it. Because I've never run into that issue, and I post clips on, like I literally download clips and post them on Twitter all the time.
Yes, and unfortunately, because I'm terrible at Twitter, I actually don't do it, so I can't chime in on this. I mean, it might be a Google search thing to do. I know it sounds like it's a really cop-out answer, but you know, but there's going to be other people who have suffered the same problem, I'm sure. You know,
yeah.
So there's so many people who are streaming in 1080/60, and you know, Twitter can be a bit iffy, you know.
Down the video, render it in a downscale and try again. Yeah, I mean that's kind of annoying, but if that's the way to do it, I mean the thing is like this is just like, yes, this is easier to just link it, but it will not do anything for you because people they don't like clicking links, they don't know it's a clip, and it doesn't like this. Like I will just scroll past this. Like the extra effort to figure out how to embed the video is gonna work. It's gonna be so much better. And then also captioning it too. We talked about it earlier today, but like you should caption those videos. You can use Capwing, it's free, and I think that'll help a lot.
Again, just touching on some of the tweet, the going live tweet, for example. Again, we talked about it earlier and a couple of other things, but maybe having some personal branding or like a going live picture, something along those lines would be a nice alternative to having just the embedded link that it usually comes up with. Again, just to visually draw the eye.
Yeah, I mean, you're tweeting pretty often, and you know it's a good mix of personal and gaming related things. I like the World of Warcraft screenshots, like, you know, because you play WoW, so I think that should be very evident on your, you know, on your Twitter page. But yeah, I mean, I think more WoW, if that's what you want to do, if that's what I love posting WoW screenshots. Nice. Like, yeah, I would keep doing that. And then, you know, I would try to collaborate with some WoW streamers more. Like, you know, maybe you can put on some special events, you know, like, I think, you know, WoW, it really is just like making it known what you do on WoW, what you're all about, like what people can expect. Like, because, you know, it's not enough to just be like, I play WoW. Like, what do you do on WoW? There's just so much in that game, right? And that community is so big that you definitely need more specificity. This is great though. I like I like the funny caption and the screenshot as well. It's great. Yeah, more stuff like this. This is good content. I would say for this also, don't include your Twitch link. Like, I wouldn't include this part because, like, what you're looking for is you're looking for people to engage with this tweet and you're looking for people to retweet this. And, like, people are less likely to retweet because it's a link and it's, like, kind of irrelevant to what's happening. Like, if you just do a caption with a good screenshot, like, the tweet stands on its own, it will get shared more, and then people will find your stream from that type of, like, basically... it's a funnel, basically. You're casting the widest net possible, and you're gonna cast a much wider net without linking or plugging anything and just doing like content that's just good on its own, if that makes sense.
Listen to that. That's good advice right there. It really is. It's solid advice.
Any other suggestions you got, Loken?
Other than the ones we touched upon, not really. No, I think my main thing would be that just continue pushing forward as you are. Again, when it comes to the game selection, just try and be mindful of the fact that you have obviously a passionate core base of people who really know you for WoW, but they can be coaxed into other games if that's what you're looking for. Again, though, with WoW being quite a saturated category, again, trying to find any edge to try and make yourself stand out is super important, very, very helpful. And just keep at it, because again, I can well imagine that taking hiatus and coming back, it can, sometimes you're gonna get those days where you feel a bit demoralized, and you think to yourself, oh, for frick's sake, I wasn't in this position before, and it can sometimes be tough. So just be kind to yourself, and set goals that are achievable for you. So you can keep yourself buoyant and keep going.
What percentage of the time would you say would be acceptable to stream another game outside my norm? I think that's going to be dependent a lot on your goals and your passion, like I mentioned earlier. Like, if you're still really passionate about WoW, like, and that's what you're known for, then maybe you should be just doing that more. And then maybe you do it depends on how often you're streaming as well. Like, there's so many factors to this question. Like, if you're only streaming like 3 days a week, you can't really afford to give up an entire day to other games, like, because you're basically not going to get any growth from that. It's like almost like a wasted day. But if you're streaming like 6 days a week, then it's easy to be like a dedicated day for alternate games, etc.
Yeah, it's the piece of string response, unfortunately. It's kind of it's what works for you, what is going to be the best for you, really.
Yeah, and I think if you are worried about your numbers, what I would do is the strategy of like starting with your core game and then pivoting to something else. Like, if you're doing a 6-hour stream, do 2-3 hours of WoW and then switch to something else for the second half. So that way you build up your numbers based on what people know you for, what people come to watch you for, and then you sneak in the second game. And yes, people will leave, some people will leave, but some people will stay. And that's going to give you a better viewer count than like if you just started with a game and no one wants to click because they're like, oh, I know you're streaming Overwatch and I don't want to watch that. I'm not even going to bother to show up,
Yeah.
So yeah, just think about what your goals are and what you want out of streaming, how much you care about growth, and how much fun you're having with what you're doing. Like, those are all the factors that you have to consider. But yeah, so other than that, Indy, thank you so much for submitting on the stream doctor. Make sure to take your vitamins today, stretch, and hopefully, we gave you some insight into our perspectives on your stream. So thank you so much for submitting.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Indy. And with that, guys, that is gonna do it for the stream doctor for today. Loken, thank you so much for joining us today. That was awesome. I hope you had a good time.
My absolute pleasure. And yeah, it was awesome. Really was. I was a little nervous coming on, but no, you're as charming as ever. So it's been really fun, actually.
Everyone's always so nervous being on the show, but then I think it's like performing on stage for the first time, and then you're like, oh, when it's over.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like you don't know how the host is going to be and all the rest of that business. I mean, I know you are a lovely person who's very relaxed and everything, so it was fine. But you want to make sure you put your best foot forward, don't you? So
yeah.
No, it's been fun, genuinely has, and it was really cool to see some other people's streams, see what people are getting up to. There's some really awesome talent out there. So
yeah, thank you so much. Why don't you shout out your channel one more time before we sign off?
Okay, so I'm gonna do the shameless plug. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for having me on the Stream Doctor. My name is LokenPlays. I stream on Twitch 6 days a week, and we stream every night from 6 days a week from about 9 p.m. BST. That is 4 p.m. EST. We stream mainly sci-fi games. We stream variety. There we go.
Awesome.
Kind of did it.
Thank you so much,
Good enough.
Loken. So that's gonna do it for
My
the
pleasure.
stream, Doctor. I will be back in just a minute to chat with you guys. But I'm gonna say bye to Loken. So give me a few minutes. I will be right back.
You